All right, everybody. It's Monday, fun day. Let's jump right into this. Beautiful. Oh, perfect. Now, okay, today I got quite a few things actually on the lineup for you. We have a deck edit from Rocketczar. We are going to go look at his Astral Beast deck. He's going to be on in a few minutes, and we'll talk to him then. We have a challenge from Rocketczar. We're going to do a best of 3 with just fun decks. I have some decks already made up. Some that I have not shown you that hopefully will be fun to view. I'm trying to think. I'll give you a hero breakdown of the ones I'll probably be using. I'm going to go ahead and try out this True Stone deck that I built. Now, I've been seeing a lot of people on Facebook. Hey, yeah, True Stone. I got this as a mythic rare. Has anyone built a deck with him? Oh, I've tried him a little bit. I haven't really done anything. I built a deck with him. Seems kind of fun. I'll give it a shot. I tested it out 3 times. Not too bad. It actually was very successful in what it does. So I'm going to showcase that one with Rocketczar. I made a Walk the Plank deck because I'm very intrigued. I've made several iterations of blood. Oh God, I can't even think of the name now. It's like Blood Talon, something like that. Whatever. I don't want to open the deck and get the name out, but I'm going to do a deck with her. It's once again very gimmicky, because, you know, that's what I do. I'm very gimmicky. I love a good gimmick to a deck. So I built a deck with her. I have built a few iterations, as I was saying before, in the past. Some more competitive than others, just to see what other people were doing. There was one that I saw online that someone played against me, and I was like, whoa, wait, what? Because he's a mythic hero, first of all, and then he uses 2 other weapons, so it's like 4 alignments all in one to use 4 cross-order or 5 cross-order combos, and I was just like, that is insane. I have to try this. So I built that deck. It was not bad. It worked. Maybe I didn't build it right because I didn't see all the cards, but I mean, I thought it was great when I did build it. I'm trying to think. I think Tetra is the person that I actually saw play it. So if you want to check him out, I highly recommend Tetradamus, I think is what his full screen name is. So go with that one. And look at this, Weapon Master is a third one. Now this one is one that my friend Steven built. And as soon as I saw him play it, I was just like, dude, you gotta give me a deck list for that. And he didn't, I mean, he helped me with the deck list because I played against him and whatnot, but I feel like I got the base generalization of what the deck does down, and it works really well. I love playing this deck. It's so much fun. Because, I mean, it's Lexi, and Lexi can use 3 weapons, so does Weapon Master. Now, I don't want to give too much away because I want everything to be a little surprise. I want to tease you. I want to give you that little non-spoiler review of like, ooh, look at these heroes, look at these deck names. True Stone Test. What could that possibly be? It's still in the testing phase. That's what it means. Walk the Plank. Oh, it's a pirate. He's a pirate. He does pirate things. Weapon Master. I wonder what that is. It's if you can hold 3 weapons. It's not that much of a giveaway. It's right there in the name. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna have some fun today with Rocketczar gets on. He'll be on in like about half hour. I think Rocketczar is gonna be on in like 5-10 minutes. So we'll talk with him about his Rocketczar deck. I'll just open this up. He told me pretty much what he wants me to do with it. It started out with a little bit aggro and mid-range style of decks. He said playing it, he thinks it needs more card draw, or no, it needs work on its healing and its damage reduction. So I was like, okay, let me take a look at this. Let me see what I can do for you here with your healing and damage reduction. So that means that, like, if he's really conscious about healing and damage reduction, he kind of wants it to be more of a mid-range deck. And being more of a mid-range deck with beasts is a little different than what I've been playing. I've been playing usually aggressive with beasts. They want to really just hit home hammer with you with their buffs, rotating really fast, deal the damage as they want. So if he wants to play more of a mid-range where he thinks the damage reduction and healing is what needs focusing on, that's what I'll try and do for him. I'll try and make it so that this deck gets what he wants out of it. He told me the cards that he doesn't really have, so I don't, end up making half his deck stuff that he has to shard or craft, because that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to make it a deck so that you can use right away. If you want me to look at your deck, more than happy to do it. Personal message me the deck list, tell me what you think it needs, what you're trying to work on of it, and you can't really get it to work. The aspect of it, like, yeah, if you're trying to make a really aggressive deck, but it's not doing it because of this, and you're just kind of futzing around with the cards, more than happy to take a look at it for you. More than happy to play test it for you. Say, hey, I found these cards worked really well, but these ones seemed a little out of place. They didn't really have a chance to, fit in the deck. So that's what I'll do. I'll play it. I'll help you build it so you can play it and have some fun with it. You know, the best way to learn a deck is for you to play it, you to realize, you know, even if you're new to the game, say, hey, you know, I don't know this game too well. You value my opinion. I'm not saying I'm good. I'm not saying I'm the best. I'm not saying anything like that. I'm just saying if you value my opinion, for some reason, you want me to take a look at your deck, I will do that for you. I will be more than happy to be like, hey man, give your deck for a spin. Put some cards in it, take some cards out, rearrange it, help you make it better. That's what I'll do for you. So, I think we're just going to wait just a little bit. Yeah, how's you guys' Monday so far? Monday going good. Monday going really well. My work was... We're kind of in a slow period right now, so I'm really happy. I got done at like 2, which is insane because lately I've been getting out at like 4 or 5. Getting home 2 hours early was amazing. I got to make myself some little lunch, have a nice cooked dinner, catch up on some TV shows, you know. Big fan of just cartoons or whatever. I'm a grown man. I'm a grown man, and I'm loving Yu-Gi-Oh! Go ahead and laugh. Do what you want. I think it's really fun. I think it's a great anime. But, I think we'll just actually start talking about this deck. Because I actually do have a Astral Beast, Sky Beast. Actually, it's right there. Look at that. How convenient. It's very aggressive. I mean, it runs Rippling Flare, Solar Wind, Sunstrike, Anti-Gravity. The way I built my deck was just very aggressive. Very like, hey, draw cards, deal damage, deal damage, deal damage. All this stuff to really just hit you as fast and as hard as I could. So it'll be interesting to try and make a beast deck that is more tempo damage. I don't know how it's going to work, but we'll find out together, right? So let's go ahead and look at his deck. Let's go ahead and just, you know, piece together this thing. Now we're running Eclipse. Eclipse, 8 healing, your enemy moves 2 attacks with their hand to their deck. Now this tells me a little bit of hand disruption. Maybe he needs like burst heals and he's trying to just let us. So he's using most of his combos for healing or control. Tidal Shift is another 6 healing, draw 2 cards. What does he have for... He's very heavy on the Lunar. Am I Lunar Mastery? What's my Mastery? I am Lunar Mastery. Okay. Okay, that's perfectly fine. So very heavy on the Lunar. Probably why he went with Eclipse. Or one of the combo cards here. Perfectly fine with that. Perfectly fine. Now, the cards to me that seem a little odd are Moonlight Burrower. Yes, you get to look at the top 2 cards, but because his entire deck is Astral, he doesn't get additional actions at all with this. So, after we play, he's running 3 of them. It might just be because it's a beast. You can toss a beast down, do something like that to make it better with Celestial Beast Guard. Reduce the first damage received by 2 for the last discarded beast. It's not a bad buff. It's a really good buff, actually, for beasts, for damage prevention. He's also running 2 Yukon Oracles. That's fine. Now, Starhorn Husker, 2 damage increased by 2 with cards on the top of your discard pile. Thing is here, with that card and a lot of stuff, this one is... So, Moonbeat Corvid, it's really good with Moonbeat Corvid. But with Dawnstalker, it's not. Because you want Lunar on the top, so you can deal 4 more. With Sunhugger, it's not, because... Oh, no, it is. You do want Solar on top. Okay. Okay, never mind. I thought that was, I thought it was Solar and Gravity Switch. That was my bad. So yeah, maybe Starhorn Tusker actually is not a bad card in this deck. For letting your combos really hit home the damage that you want. To be able to do stuff like that. Maybe that's just really good. But if he wants more damage reduction and healing, maybe add just in another Yukon Oracle. Just kind of looking at this real quick. These Moonlight Burrowers, like I said, they feel out of place. You know what I mean? They just feel out of place. So we can add in some more Yukon Oracles. They're still Lunar if he still wants to go to the Lunar route. We're perfectly happy with that. Yeah, and then maybe add in like more Anti-Gravity Snails. Maybe more Shapeshifters. Stuff like that to get our card draw and damage stuff going from our deck. And then just, you know, keep our combos for the big hitting, for healing, and all this other stuff. Now, I'll be honest with you, I've never actually used Eclipse, so this will be fun to try this out. I'm very excited about it. But yeah, Moonbeat Corvid. I think I was running 2 Moonbeat Corvids, maybe 3 in my own deck. Because I mean, it's what, 7 damage. split up if you have Solar on top, which most of the time you will. Now, the one also interesting thing is, in this deck, he is not running Mirror Beast. It is a beast card, does 3 damage with gravity. It's more the consistent damage, which follows along with the tempo stuff. So I think Mirror Beast is going to be one that I'm going to add into this as soon as I play it out. But we'll see. We'll see what this deck actually needs with the tempo, or the damage and the healing, to play that more mid-rangey style game. Yeah. We'll see what happens. So now, how many buffs do we have in this deck? We have 13 buffs. With only 13 buffs, Reality Rift, trying to think, maybe Reality Rift is good in this deck with all the buffs that come into play. Obviously, not a single combo comes into play, so it's all based on his action buffs, right? His action buffs would be Sunhugger, which would get a benefit. Moonbeat Corvo would actually get a really good benefit to this too. You get damage and healing with it. So maybe like 3 Moonbeat Corvo would be really good if you're running Reality Rift with this deck, to be more of that tempo control. I mean, Beast Tamer, I think, is just a solid. It's one of the best cards to put in a Beast deck, especially if you're running a lot of these Beast buffs. It's gonna be really good for you. He's also one of my favorite new Beast cards. Is a buff. Where are you? Is it Solar? Sun Plane Charger. There we go. If you damage your target, restart this if its last discarded card is Gravity. Now this one, I mean, it stays on the board. It's consistent damage. It's perfect for that mid-range tempo deck. I think it's an amazing Beast card that we will definitely get around to adding into the deck. I think that'll be great. All right, it looks like you said about 10 minutes. I'm gonna just kind of start playing the deck. Rocketczar, if you're not here yet, I hope you just catch up. We're gonna take this deck for a test spin because I want to start playing. I could probably talk for hours, but the best way to do this is to just play the deck. So let's jump right in, play the deck as it is. See what it has. See what it is. See what it's not. Deck doctor for you. That's what we'll do. We'll get into this. Start playing. We're having some fun. Play some Astral Beast. Let's do it. I had a lot of fun when I built my own Astral Beast deck. It was really fun just playing just the whole what am I trying to say? The whole family aspect of all these new alignments, the new Kindred set that brought. I thought it was amazing, and I'm super happy to see people also playing more family cards. And I don't say it's because of me, because it's not. But if it is, it's awesome. You know what I mean? And it has the ability to draw a card face. If it's a beast, you may rotate one of your action buffs one step forward. We're gonna do this, and then we're gonna pass. Dawnstalker, love it. Now with this, Dawnstalker gets it from Lunar, so if I put this out right now, and both these for some reason fully rotate without him buff removing it, Lunar will go right on top, then he'll hit for 6. 10! Oh, look for 10. Interesting. What's his ability? Is this one of those shows rotate when he action buffs one step forward? Okay. Perfectly fine. Perfectly good with that. Swamp Creeper already. That's very ambitious. You only have one card. You're going to waste this ability if you use it soon. Now, Sunhugger's in my hand. Sunhugger is not a buff I want to lay yet, because obviously I want Solar on top. Otherwise, the damage potential from this is almost... Wow! Okay. Okay. Now I can lay Sunhugger. Right? Because there's a Solar on top. So let's just do this. I don't feel like I need to play that other Yokona Oracle just yet. He's not really doing any damage. It's like one of the only preemptive bubbles where you have to lay it and then assume the next few turns you're not going to be taking damage because the X is on the first corner. But he did have minimal cards in his hand, so I didn't feel too bad about that. So now I feel like I can lay this, and I'll be fine. I'll be perfectly fine with this. Alright, what do we have? We have Tidal Shift. We just have a lot of healing in our hand just right now. Just a lot of healing. So let's talk about the deck. He said he thinks he thinks that it needs more damage reduction and more healing. First playthrough. Maybe it's just because I drew all the damage reduction and healing that we're pretty much fine, right? I think we just draw 2. We really have nothing aggressive to play right now. Celestian Beastar is just going to be a good one. Wow, okay. I mean, now we can use the ability to get cards back. Yeah. So he seems to be like a very attacky, or just like action card damage, not real buff damage. So I want to do this. And then just lay a Celestian Beast card. I'll have a beast right on top there, so I'm perfectly fine with that. So next turn, unless he removes all this stuff, I'll have 5 damage reduction for one whole turn. So no matter what, he's basically just going to keep drawing, right? So this turn I can just draw. Just perfectly be fine with that. Lunar will be on top next turn, so I can Pathfinder this if I really want to. Maybe he'll lay a buff, maybe not. Ooh, look at that. Guys, we're amazing. We're so good. Call it. Right at the money. Doesn't even do anything else. We're just so good at this game. So I think what we're going to do is definitely Pathfinder. Both those out of here. And we're going to Moonlight Burrower to put a beast back on top. We're going to Moonlight Burrower to look at the top 4 cards. Draw one of them. In all honesty, I think we take this so we can pay for Tidal Shift with 1 card. Right? Rigor Mortis, okay. No, that's fine. So I think we'll do this. Draw 2 cards. Essentially draw 3 cards. Nice. Ooh, I was gonna say gravity, graveyard. Alright, I like that. Okay. See, now, Moonbeat Corvid here is just really good because we have both solar and lunar on top. So we're gonna heal and deal damage all at the same time. Alright. He's being very defensive, very... I mean, if that's how he's going to be, why did I not heal? Oh, gravity! It needs to be gravity! That makes way more sense. He is a lunar card. He needs gravity. Okay. In all honesty, I think just pass here. Because I'm going to have a really good turn here. Move big team. Sorry guys, I woke up really early this morning. So I need a nap. Maybe I should have taken a nap when I got home. I'm going to lay Beast Tamer to restart this buff. And then I'm going to lay Sunhorn Tusker to put it... Oh, okay. No, that's fine. Yeah. I'll take 10. I'll take 10 all day, all long. I'm going to restart this beast buff. Keep it 1. And then I'm going to Starhorn Tusker to put Solar back on top. And that will increase all this damage by 2. And that'll be nuts. Because then I can lay another Moonbeat Corvid. Sure. Yeah, you heal all day long. Yeah. Then I'll do this. And then I will pass. It's perfectly fine. So now this is really fun for me. Because right now I can restart these buffs again. Heal for 2. And then Anti-Gravity Snail to draw a card. See what it is. It's Lunar. No. It's fine. But now these will heal me, which is perfectly fine. Perfectly fine with that. Next turn we can Shapeshifter. Hopefully we draw something really good. Or we're gonna Moonlight Burrower. We don't really need healing or the risk it. We can look for a soul card and put Solar back on top with Moonlight Burrower. Heck, we might even get another Starhorn Tusker for all I know. So let's look for subs for a card. It's kind of a bummer. I think we take Pathfinder, and we get rid of those buffs. Put Gravity back on top so these do something for us. We're going to heal for 8 next turn, which is nuts. We know that Solar's on top for next card, so Shapeshifter will do really good for us then. It'll put a Beast back on top, which is Lunar. We can lay that Solar Beast. And now that Lunar will be on top by the time this goes around, it'll deal 10. Yeah, it works really well. Just keep drawing, man. Just keep drawing. And now I'm trying to think. We had Gravity Snail coming up, right? So we can actually use our ability here to then do this. And we still want to keep Lunar on top, so... What did we have after Gravity Snail? I want to say it was the Sun Main or whatever, so it's a solar card, right? Yeah, the Flare Main. So now this will hit for 10. Yeah, I think this seems really well done. Games were had by all. Good games were had by all. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Let's just go into this deck. Let's go into the deck. So now for this deck, I mean, Moonbeat Corvid was an all-star. It was phenomenally well done. That being said, I did like actually the Moonlight Bird in this deck. Actually, sorry. Thank you very much for tuning in. How you doing, buddy? We played one test game with the deck. Succeeded. We are at 35 health and 1, so this deck does really well. If I'm gonna go ahead and start editing this now. What we might actually want to do is honestly take these Dusk Feeders out, put more Moonbeat Corvids in, because these things were all-stars for us. Perfectly all-stars. I want to say another Beast Tamer. To keep our buffs on the board. And why don't we just throw down a Yukona Oracle for a third one? You said you wanted more damage reduction. That's what we'll do. It is a lunar buff. We're trying to keep your lunar ratio of what it was. So it's perfectly fine. Flare Main Prowler, we never really got to go into. It is a good card. I really like the card. Flare Main Prowler, however, does seem a little more bursty to me. Why don't we toss the Flare Main Prowlers and we put in... It is a solar card. Duh. And we put in the Sunplane Chargers. Sunplane Charger, I have a feeling, will be more consistent damage for you. Yes, it requires a gravity to be on top, but if you have anti-gravity snails and like Pathfinders and all this other stuff to make it so that you can just keep that card spinning, I think that'll be better for you, in my opinion. What gravity cards do you have in this deck here? We have Anti-Gravity Snail, Pathfinder, and Sunhugger, right? Those are your 7? Yep, those are your 7. Okay. Okay. We might actually want to split up this ratio. I do feel like your lunar is a bit heavy. And I mean, I had no problem getting away so that the deck was balanced properly for you. Why don't we cut a Yukona Oracle? We'll put in... Why don't we put in another Shapeshifter? Actually, I know Shapeshifter's lunar. Actually, no, we're trying to... why don't we put in Anti-Grav... No, Starhorn Tusker. What am I saying? Starhorn Tusker I actually thought was a really good card in here. Starhorn Tusker, where are you at? There we go. Starhorn Tusker worked really well with the Moonbeak Corvids. Hey, Rocketczar, how's it going, man? So, and then I want to add another Anti-Gravity Snail in here. Maybe 2 Moonlight Burrowers is too much. Maybe an Anti-Gravity Snail would be better. Just to kind of help you balance out your gravity. Is that okay, Rocketczar? I just want to make sure I'm doing this okay for you. Because it looks like your buffs, or your combos, they're all really defensive. You have some burst damage here. Gravity Bubble, I think, is a pretty good one to keep your buffs on board for rotating purposes. Reality Rift, if you can get that thing off and you can pull like Moonbig Corvids and Sunhuggers, or really anything but Dawnstalker is what you're trying to pull with that thing. You're solid. You're a solid monkey. So I think this is good. The Beast Tamers will help keep your buffs on board by restarting them. Beast Tamer, as we saw, I've actually found this to be really well. Anything that just restarts your buff is so good, even if it's just hitting 1 buff. Just to be able to maintain 1 buff on the board means that your opponent still has a threat to deal with. Means that there's something on the board for your opponent and he doesn't get technically a free turn. He still has to be wary of that buff continuously coming back for him. So I think even if you just have a Beast Tamer on 1 buff, it's really good. Your healing, you have so much healing in this deck. I didn't even have to use the Dusk Feeders last game. I drew like all of them, and I didn't need to use them at all. Shapeshifter can heal you. Moonbeak Corvid can heal you here. Yukona Oracle's just damage prevention. Beast Tamer is healing. Celestian Beast Guard is just damage prevention too. So and then of course you have Tidal Shift and Eclipse. So, like, I feel like your healing is just top notch, top notch. It was really the damage that I was finding myself needing a lot more. Rocketczar, this is Swoop Rider Kari, and we're trying to focus more of a Tackle-based beast deck. So I think this is actually good for you. You have a ton of healing. Yeah, no problem, man. You have a ton of healing here. You had a lot of damage prevention that I saw. It was literally just the aspect of me being able to find the damage is where it came from. And I found really good damage in your Moonbeak Corvids and your Starhorn Tusk, so I think that's a good one to add more of. The Sunhuggers, they rely on solar cards, so we wanted to bump that up so we got a little bit more solar. Starhorn Tusker works really well with Sunhugger. That's an amazing synergy combo right there. You just have to kind of... The Moonlight Burrowers, I'm actually keeping in here. When I first saw it, I was like, Moonlight Burrower, that seems really odd. He's not getting the additional action. But just being able to be like, with how much you want your discard pile to be fixed, being able to look at the top 4 and just be like, alright, I'm not looking for a specific card. I'm looking for a specific alignment. And just dig through the top 4 and find one of those. And there you go. Because, I mean, that's what I really used it for, was just literally finding the proper alignment to put back on top of my discard pile. And then I got the benefit from looking at the top 4 cards like Shapeshifter and Anti-Gravity Snail and all those other things for it. So that actually works surprisingly well without just getting the added benefit of it not being needed as an Astral card. If you want, I mean, you can keep these buffs the same. I have no problem with them. I didn't see any problem with them. Title Shift was good for a small heal. Has Solar and Lunar both on top, so you can benefit from it with Moonbeat Corvid is a Lunar, or the Solar. Sunhugger gets a benefit from the Solar, so that's perfectly fine. Like, no need. Eclipse is one that I've never actually used. I only got level 2 because I played that one game with it. Eclipse, with how much healing, I guess, like, you do have a lot of Lunar in this deck, so it's perfectly fine to keep this in here. Where, 2 attack. It is Solar on top too, so you get the benefit if it goes on top for Sunhugger and all this other stuff. So I think that's perfectly fine. I think this is perfectly fine. We'll play one game with the added benefit of it, and we'll, or not the added benefit, the added modifications for me, just so you kind of feel the changes that I made. For all I know, I could lose this game, and the deck you made was better than the one I changed it to, so we'll see. We'll see about that. Hoojibo. Now, I had a lot of problems, in my opinion, I had a lot of issues trying to get this hero to work. And honestly, I think this is a good start. Put myself back up to max. Draw 2 cards, technically 3. Just kind of refresh my hand, re-synergize it back up. I could even Eclipse if I really wanted to. Swift Pyre, alright. Sorry, buddy. It was a good go. Now, I could lay the Sunplane Charger, but I really want Gravity, but I do have a Beast Tamer in my hand. So I'm actually not too afraid to put this down. Yes, if I get Gravity on top, it's better. There's a Starhorn Tusker. Actually, with how limited Gravity is, I might have actually made a mistake and changed this out for that Flare Mane. The Flare Mane might be better in this deck than the Sunplane is. Because you don't have a whole lot of Gravity, and the Sunplane at least gives you that additional action, especially when using her ability. So that if at the end of this I might change those 2 back. Put back in those Flare Mane and the Sunplane. Because, yeah, I don't have Gravity on top anymore, so I can't really get a benefit from that. Lane Starhorn Tusker now wouldn't get synergy from this at all. We can also just wait and use it with Eclipse kind of after he's done his whole damage and whatnot. So we'll play this game a little longer. Now, if he lays a buff, I got a really good Pathfinder turn here. What you got? Hey, he does lay another buff. Look at that. Look at that, guys. So, you know what I'm also going to do here? Actually, that was a bit of a misplay on my part. I apologize. I should have Beast Tamered first, still kept Lunar on top, and kept that Gravity on top. Was not thinking. That was my bad. That was my bad. Because now I have to hope I draw another Gravity. Well, actually, I can't. Well, no, I can use my ability and draw. I can do that. Yeah, that was a misplay on my... I apologize. I'm talking too much, telling you what I'm going to do with this Pathfinder, then I forgot Pathfinder works that way. So... Yeah, I mean, we just might have to let that thing rotate out. Unfortunately. Bummer. I think we use our hero power first to draw a card. I mean, it's going to rotate out tomorrow. It's going to rotate out next turn anyway to do that. We'll put a Dawnstalker down. Man, now I'm really kicking myself for misplaying that whole Pathfinder card. I really wanted my gravity on top, so this thing would rotate back. That was just a really big misplay on my part. I think playing Celestian Beastguard here is perfectly fine. Take some less damage from that. Then we'll draw a card. Next turn we can Shapeshifter. Put Lunar on top, get a Beast still on top, draw a card out of it. If it's healing, it's good. If it's damage, it's good too. Really? Okay. Okay. Heck, now I might just even want to Eclipse. Yeah. I mean, he only has one card in his hand, but he has been playing a lot of buffs. So, like, maybe just that spike for 11 healing, putting Lunar back on top. Yeah, I mean, I don't see a problem with that. We're almost putting ourselves even where I have one card in my hand now. He has one card in his hand. He had an attack. That's amazing. Guys, we got lucky. We're the best people in the world. Alright. So we really don't want to lay that. Like, at all. Because that'll get us nothing with a Lunar on top. Or, no. Yeah, this is... No, it's Solar. Ah! Never mind. We will play this next turn. I am so dumb. I keep thinking this is a Lunar card, but it uses Lunar. I get so confused with playing Astral. It's amazing. Now we'll play this. Solar will go on top, which means that'll deal 3 damage. I want to say next turn we just draw 2, depending on what he does here. Sure. Sure. Wow, he drew a combo to pay for the combo. Alright, good for him. Good for him, everybody. Alright, so we'll deal 3 damage. Lunar's on top. And, or Solar's on top. What am I saying? Now we'll just draw 2. We'll draw 2. We're fine with drawing 2. Okay. Next turn, I think we're going to Shapeshifter to draw a card. See what it is. It's fine with me. Now Lunar's gonna go on top, so there's no point in laying this because this will do us nothing. I could Moonlight Burrower again, but I think I'd rather save it for when I need specific cards on top. I think I'll just draw. Drawing is fine. Look, there's a Starhorn Tusker. Perfect. Perfect value. Now I can Moonbeat Corvid, Starhorn Tusker, have this thing really rocking out some damage. Why not? I could have snailed. I could have snailed. The reason I held back Snail is because the damage wouldn't have been that much to him. Drawing a card is a 5-point loss. It's a 5-point loss? Yeah, you also have to take into effect that in Astral, you want your graveyard to be manipulated. So drawing a card, yes, would be good. But is it worth being able to fix it all up? Alright. I mean, doing damage there wouldn't be anything to do damage for us. Maybe I'll just toss this down. He's got damage prevention, so that I can't really push through for anything. This needs solar on top, right? Yeah. If he lays another buff, I got a perfect Pathfinder turn. Darn it! Didn't fall for it. That's fine. That's perfectly fine. Now, I think I'll do this. Not a Moonlight Burrower. I need solar, so yeah, that's a perfect one to get. The only thing is, this thing is going to kind of be in the way for a few turns, so like, laying the Celestial Beast Guard down, I think is perfectly fine, just waiting another turn. Draga Scorcher. It's actually going to be an amazing turn. I'll have 5 damage prevention to a 6 damaging card. I could also just Pathfinder those two. But I feel like if I'm only really going to take 1 damage, I'm okay with this trade-off. And then I'll draw a card. Next turn I can Sunhugger, Starhorn Tusker. Oh, no. This will still be on board. Do not listen to me. Do not listen to me at all. It's a horrible idea. Wow, restarting buffs. Okay. Now I'm going to Pathfinder those. Now it's what you've made me do now. Yes. Yes. Perfect. So long. Farewell. Yeah, I think drawing card is fine. Dawnstalker. Perfect. Now next turn we can Sunhugger, Starhorn Tusker. Knock that out. Spiritual Turmoil, alright. Well, we have -2, so I'll only really do 6 total. Because Starhorn Tusker's going to be on top, making it a beast. Play this thing out. Ride that wave out. Reckless Spirit. Oh, do the damage prevention. Okay, so Sunhugger is going to be a little weakened. By a lot. Trying to think here. Maybe we just... Man, like either one of these. What's he going to say? That's a bummer. That's a bummer, sir. Well... With 1 card, he can't deal 7 damage. That's not a good pickup. Fungal Leecher, sure. I think we Dawnstalker draw. Okay, so Gravity's going on top. He's going to heal for 4. Our best bet is to drive something into the planetary alignment here for burst damage. Look at that. What a beautiful draw. Guys, I'm the luckiest person in the world. I ever told you that. I could be dead. I could be very much dead. He could have like a flame bat in hand. He could have anything. He does seem to be very buff oriented though. So chances are unlikely that he has that. Okay, he's doing it again. Yeah, those the gravity beasts. I'm gonna take those out and put no, not the gravity beasts. The sun, I cannot think of their names. The sun plane charger. Taking those out for the flare main charger. Those work way better in this deck than I was thinking. Where are you? There you are. So I would do that. I said their name was an F. And do that. Because then you can still, even if you wanted to use the hero power ability, you can rotate this and get an additional action. So that'll probably be better for you. Thank you. Thank you, Rocketczar. I had several misplays. So I highly encourage you to play better than me. But this deck works. I mean, it's a good deck. There's a few minor tweaks in here to get more damage. Like I said, the Flare Mains I think are better in this deck than the Sun Plains. But yeah, I mean, this is rock solid. The addition of more Sunhorns with the Moonbeat Corvid and Sunhuggers is really going to help you push a lot of damage. So yeah. No, I like the deck. I like the deck a lot. It was really amazing how Eclipse came out right when I needed to, right at the beginning, for a very aggressive save. So yeah, this loot is for you. I'll open it up. You got myself a loyal Fernhorn right there. So pretty. I'm gonna pet him. I'm gonna pet him real good. So I hope that helps. I hope that helps kind of your deck. I hope you take it into further games and have some fun with it. Rocketczar, thank you very much for allowing me to deck doctor your deck. I hope you enjoy the changes and have some fun with it. All right. 1 second. I'm gonna get a water bottle of Rocketczar, and then I'll be right back. Okay. We're gonna do a best of 3 with Rocketczar here. We're gonna see how this all goes. I already showed you my deck. We'll see what happens. Yeah, no problem, man. No problem. 1 second, guys.